I don't know if this one survives, but it looks this one won't survive. So the decision must be now. Bam! Yeah. This one, YouTube friends, is sick. So this must be removed as this can spread out with the other tomatoes. And that will be replaced with this one. That will be replaced with healthy tomato plant. I don't know what happened there. Why it's sick. Sick like its owner. Okay. We have this automatic replacement. Yeah. Mhm. So let me wash my hands. Over here. This must be looking so big for now. Okay. We'll do some adjustment. Yeah, it looks funny, you two friends. The straw that we're using is so big, but as this tomato grows bigger and heavier, this size of the straw is enough to hold. You might be asking, why do we have to do staking our tomatoes in order not to fall on the ground? But if you planted like a hectare of tomatoes, you can probably still stake to it, but likely you have a greenhouse. don't know if I can. To kill this. Because they're going to be the most annoying problem for tomato plants. Tell you what, YouTube friends. This one was like break by a cat, and the cat probably jumped in here and he stepped on this tomato plant. This was like 1 week old tomato, just 1 week from the planting here. And then there's this crack in here. But I was not really like, I have the reasons to be angry, but I just hold myself and I'll try to help the plant be lifted up again with these moringa stalk in here. And now it looks like it's effective and we have this healthy one. I'm not sure, this one looks sickly, so I think we have to remove this. So I'm going to remove this. Actually there's flower in it, but yeah, it's very sickly. So I cannot let this one uh, spread out. I mean, I cannot allow the disease to spread out to the rest of the tomatoes here. So I have to remove this one. But let me do the staking first with these other tomatoes. Yeah, my decision now. Once you are unproductive in my garden, you will be removed. If I see signs of disease into any of my plants, then that's a valid reason to remove them. Nakrian, if you're watching, please share this to your friends and to your social media account. And it's a good help to me if you can help this community grow big by sharing our videos here. Oh, what happened here? Wow, there's another problem here. Oh, I'll check that one. This one is showing another, it's a sign of like disease. But I'll try if I can help this out. It's just a symptom. We'll see. If organic fertilizer can do something about it. But this one, I don't know. It looks like I don't know if I have to remove this. There's flowers already, but these flowers are not convincing to me that this will realize into fruits. And if it is, if you look into the texture, it doesn't look healthy. Okay. No any second thought. That's me, YouTube friends. And any gardeners will do like that. If you see something, if you see something like kind of problem in your plants, you have to remove it immediately. It's better to prevent than to find cure. Prevention is better than cure. When you are curing something and the disease have been spreading out already, so that is out of your hand. And yeah, it's annoying and tiring, but you don't have other choice. But you have to do what you are owed to do. Yeah, this is another tomato plant. We have spare seedlings there. So we'll replace that. And it's pretty upsetting, pretty annoying to know that after all your hard work and you've got this. Well, that's how gardening works, YouTube friends. And if you haven't started gardening, I think I would suggest you will try. But there's only one word that I can share with you. I can tell you about gardening: commitment. And it is really hard to commit here and be consistent of what you have started. It's not easy. I was not even able to do it like before I find another job as a teacher. Now I work as a full-time teacher, so much more it is very challenging to me to find available time to work here in the garden. As the matter of fact, I'm quite busy at school. There's competition coming. Not coming, we just practice. It's not, I don't know, it's not like connected with the school, but it's an independent competition. But the student that I trained last year who made to the national level and was the champion of that Impunto speech competition. Now, one Thai teacher have introduced her to a competition with prize money, not a medal or a record in the school. But I was asked to assist, and not just assist, but I'm the one doing all the training and all the stuff. Thai people don't have that ability to do it, especially in English competition. So yeah, I've heard the good news. That student was qualified in the in the qualifying round. So we have another training within this week for the final round. Quality education is the topic, so I need to research about it, gather more inputs, and yeah, have to train the student. Somehow she will win the 20,000 baht first prize, and I'll be happy for her if she can make it through there. to the top one. So yeah, we just replace this, YouTube friends, and now let's move here. I don't know if I don't understand. This is my first time to see this problem. It's my first time, YouTube friends, to say this, to see this problem, to say, to see this problem. It's my first time to see this problem. Look at that. I don't know what's the cause of this. I don't know what's the cause of this. So from now on, I have to monitor this particular tomato plant here, and we'll see. And this one looks like there's a symptom. The fact that you can see the body size of this tomato here. This one didn't grow fast, and there's nutrient deficiency here. This problem here looks like nitrogen or phosphorus. I forgot. I have the copy of the picture where the kind of this problem leads to somehow a particular deficiency of nutrients. So if I cannot be wrong, this is somehow nitrogen phosphorus deficiency here. This pot alone. Oh, actually this one too. So nothing I can do here. I think I'll add more fertilizer, liquid fertilizer that I'm using, and we'll apply it here. And we'll see. We'll see what's gonna be the result. What we can do here, friends, is trial and error. I'm not posting myself as an expert, but I'm sharing something here in the garden based on my experience, not on my expertise. I am still learning, and I keep learning every single day, every time I'm here in the garden. That's the best thing in gardening, YouTube friends. That's the best thing in gardening because every day, every single day, you keep learning. There's no stopping of learning something in the garden. Your knowledge keep adding up. Your knowledge keep adding up. There's no going down in terms of learning, but you keep on going up, learning something new, learning something new. And every day is a new experience. Every day is a new experience. New experience of learning your mistakes, and it's a new experience of learning your mistakes. And isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, YouTube friends? So I would encourage my students who are subscribing my channel and watching my live streaming videos, please try this at home. Like you plant a vegetable or you start having garden if it's possible in your location. And damn, I would tell you, your parents will be proud. Once your parents are proud of you, your amount of allowance going to school will increase as well. Yeah, try my advice. You won't regret that. That might be kind of funny, but your parents will be proud of you because you are learning something big for the future at your age that you're still young, as a matter of fact, but you're learning things. I don't have problem with kids, with students who are like focused in playing their gadget, but if you can spend some of your hours outside your house doing this kind of work, gardening, you know what? That's the dream of any parents, where their children will learn something big for the future at their young age. Try that out and you won't regret. You'll come back here and happy. Yeah, every day is a new experience in the garden. It's a new experience. And your experience here is different and all are interesting and amazing. Fantastic. See this. From tiny seed of this tomato plant that we have here, we seeded in the seed tray, and then after 2 weeks on a month, then there's this plant coming out, popping out from the ground and grow as a tiny plant, and then you take care of it. You take care of it until it grows big, and then until such time that you have to transfer them to a bigger location or pot like this. And then while you keep watering and taking care of them, then you'll see progress every single day that your plant is growing healthy. Of course, you cannot deny the reality that there are disease problems and other circumstances that may cause problem to your plants. That's normal. You have to accept the fact. You have to be ready with your head and your patience like intact to really accept the reality that anything can happen. But it is not the reason for you to stop. You understand me, right? You understand the reality that anything can happen. But that reality is not the reason for you to not keep going, to stop. Yeah. But it is somehow your like reason to be motivated, to keep grinding hard, to do more instead of giving up. That's the beauty in gardening. My dad was a farmer. I was trained to do this. I was raised as a kid to do gardening and farming. As a matter of fact, I have a vegetable garden that I planted long yard bean. And I was like first grade, second grade. And even it was me who gathered bamboos to like create a fence around the place where I planted long yard beans because pigs and chickens are just like roaming around from our neighbors and they bulldoze anything they can find around. So I have to take care of my long yard bean, and with that, I have to put a fence around it. So I have to cut bamboos as big as my thigh and carry them by my bare hands. And it's a kilometer away from the house. That was a tedious job back then. And I was first or second grade that time, at the age of around 9 years old. But I already imagined like do farming gardening. But there were circumstances that may there were circumstances that came into my life that those visions and goals in my heart was like turned into vague and clear, and I couldn't find a proper direction, and I was so delusional to believe in the members of our church that I have the skill in speech, in speaking. So why don't you study theology? I was that that compliment flatters me to the most, to the bones. That to me that was overwhelming, and so I went to college and I took theology. But yeah, I graduated with decorations, recognitions, and honors. But yeah, it's nothing. Well, that's the past, but it's hard for me to not see the past again. Not appreciating, but yeah, kind of regret why I am into this direction that past. If I did have another direction in the past, perhaps I'm not like this now. My life would even be better. But yeah, we're here, we're stuck, and yeah, okay, YouTube friends, we just finished staking our tomatoes. So let's proceed to another work here in the garden, which is to clean and clear the area. So that's why I put the title staking out tomatoes and other extra stuffs. So that extra stuffs is about clearing, removing the weeds and unwanted vegetation and grasses here. So let's start and we will proceed this area here. Yeah, that one is very messy. Maybe closer is better. Yeah, we have to do this because it's pretty hard if you just let this weeds grow here. Just 1 hour or 2 hours of rain, then this will multiply into 5, 6 times the size of this after 2 or 3 days. When you look and you check your garden like after a week, and you will start discouraged doing the work because to you that is more than enough of your capacity to accommodate the task. So that's why single time we have available hours to work in the garden, we have to do this without hesitation, because if not, just one day that you will not check your garden, then you'll see a different turn in your plants and the grass in there. So you have to have this daily check in your garden. Yeah, it's a tedious responsibility. It requires a lot of time, energy, and commitment. So I'm glad there's no music yet around the neighborhood. so I can still talk here while we do this cleaning. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day. When the heat of a rolling rain can be turned an enchanted morning, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless wire just to be with you. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide eyes wondering where we this far. And can you feel the love tonight? Tonight, it is where we are. So, not 100% that we remove the grass and the unwanted vegetation, YouTube friends, but somehow like 80% of the amount of the unwanted vegetation here are kind of removed. But there's this 20% remaining that is still sticking into the ground. So, and I think the battery of my phone is running low, YouTube friends. So I cannot be long into this live streaming, and I still have to recharge it again. And once I'm recharging it, so I'll be doing some uh, fixing my videos, like gathering all the links of my other live stream videos and be placed in the description box of all my videos uploaded, both live streaming, regular upload videos, and YouTube shorts. So kindly check at the description box below of this, YouTube friends, and my other videos. You can see at the description box. I'll place all the links of my other live stream videos that might somehow catch your interest. I'm not sure about it, but yeah, just try and take a look of it. So I think students, if you're watching right now, You have your own farms, right? Why don't you help your parents during your holidays, whenever you have time? Do not rely the strength of your parents as they are getting old, and who will take their place if you are not trained at a young age. You have to learn doing stuffs in the garden while you're still a kid, while you're still young, because when your parents gets old, who will take care of your farm? Other individual outside from your family? You hire someone to work it for you? It's better you have to take responsibility of the future inheritance of yours. It's important that you have to learn something. And I hope my live streaming videos, all my garden activities here will somehow ignite your interest that later, who knows, you have the interest in farming, helping your parents. It's not easy. The work in the farm is now no easy game. It's hard, it's difficult, it's challenging, boring, annoying, disgusting, all these negative stuff. And that's why there's only one word for me to describe about gardening or farming: commitment. Yeah, I have to repeat that one again and again. There's only one word to describe in gardening: commitment or farming. Because the commitment here, the amount of commitment here is way, 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 way beyond the top compared to other responsibilities that exist in the world. I can equate the commitment here to like a parenting. When you're parenting a kid or your son, your children, you have to monitor everything in there that is not in accordance with the direction. Then you have to take, like, you have to get involved and do something about it. And that's gardening. Whatever you can see there that is not appropriate in your eyes, that is not good looking, that is not the direction that you want to be, then you have to do something there. So that's commitment. Yeah. To do gardening, it's about commitment. You can't be motivated here. You can't be like have the appetite to work in the garden if you're not committed. But if you commit, then it, you know what? Gardening is far better than relationship, better than friendship, better than parenting responsibility, better than any other things. Why? You keep learning your mistakes every day is a new experience, and farming and gardening is the most challenging job where it is being belittled by many people. But the only thing that the people didn't realize, they don't have any food on their table to eat without farmers and gardeners. Without farmers and gardeners, there will be no food on your table. Yeah, you have the opinion to say that yeah, I bought it, I buy it. I didn't get it for free. Yeah, but even if you don't have, but even if you have one stacks of money, like one spare room of money, of cash, if there's no food available to buy, can you eat your bills? Can you eat your money? Can you eat your gold? Can you eat your crypto coin? Hmm? Now I want you to realize that farmers and gardeners are considered insignificant individuals in history and society, but these are the people who feed millions of mouths and even billions of mouths all throughout the world. It's the farmers, the gardeners that work hard for you and me to live and survive. Your job, where you receive your salary, is just a secondary uh, source of your living. But the very first source of your living are the farmers and gardeners, where they work untiringly farming, gardening in order for us to have the food that we can eat on our table. But I am sad to see children and other people went to the restaurant and eat and just leave a hefty amount of leftovers on their plate, and that food that they left behind on the plate at the restaurants will be thrown into the garbage. It will turn into a food waste. Food waste is so annoying. That's why there are several times that my wife somehow have some leftover on the fridge, and I don't like it. I am angry. Why? It's money, it's food. There are starving stomachs out there in India, in Africa, in many different parts of the world who have not eaten for through 2 3 days or a week, just to drink that dirty water. That's what I'd like to tell you, friends. YouTube friends, students, people watching in this live streaming. I'd like to tell you, be thankful that you are blessed, that you can eat 3 times a day. Be thankful that you can drink clean water. Be thankful that you can have time with your family and your stomach is not starving. Because out there in India, in Bangladesh, in Africa, and in many different parts of the world where children are homeless, fatherless, motherless, and others have the opportunity that they were sent to orphanage, but most of them are homeless and fatherless, and they don't have food to eat, and their stomach is crumbling and starving for 3 days to 1 week long. Whereas we people here who have enough food on the table, most of the food went to food waste, have been thrown into the garbage because of the leftovers we made. Do you see the difference? There are millions of kids out there dreaming, imagining a nutritious food to be placed in their stomach, in their belly, while you are enjoying your time in a highly expensive restaurant and then leave some hefty amount of leftover on your plate. I can't imagine that. That's madness. That's why I can tell you life is unfair. And most of the time that becomes unfair because of a personal choice. When it comes to national level, it's a personal choice of the leaders of that country that he let and allow his people suffer. It's very annoying. I think I will have another time for that, or probably I'll continue talking here. Yeah, it's very upsetting and discouraging to know the facts that people are selfish, greedy, while wasting their money and food. while millions out there are starving. For millions of the people out there, having a having one meal, it's like precious as if like heaven to them. But to others, they were just wasting their food, their leftovers on their plate in a high inexpensive restaurant. And it doesn't make sense to me. That's madness. Besides that, we do not value the contribution of the farmers and gardeners. We even insulted them by wasting our food. That's sick. That's madness. I would rather be misunderstood by hypocrites than standing like them. Did you get the point? Yeah, okay. I will do live streaming inside the house later. Yeah, I think perhaps while charging. Mm, that's kind of a good thing to do. Let's move around here. Yeah, it's pretty surprising. Our neighbors are so quiet, no music. What happened? It's holiday, December 5, but I can't hear any sounds of music in the neighborhood. I don't know what's going on, but it's an advantage to me because I can talk here while doing this live stream, YouTube friends. I don't know where to place this. So maybe there. And you might be questioning why I have a lot of these trash here, plastics, sacks that are scattering on the ground or underneath, or yeah, underneath of this pot. The purpose is that to cover the pot, and then we have roots from our moringa trees here and other trees in the garden, and I don't want those roots to come inside the pot, so I have to put some blockage to it. And then, of course, the nutrients like the organic fertilizer that I am pouring here will not go directly to the ground. So it will stay intact here. Eventually, it will be absorbed by the soil and organic matter here inside the pot, and it will be absorbed by the plant later on. There might be waste like 30-40% that will go to the bottom, but at least it can evaporate and will not go to the ground. Because if it goes to the ground directly, then all these unwanted weeds, all these grasses, all these like unwanted vegetation here will grow fast. Now look at that. This one is more healthy than the other ones away from the pot, because this one can somehow suck into amount of liquids that was drained to the bottom. So that's why I have reasons why we do this kind of thing. Just to protect our plant, not to be competed with grasses and unwanted vegetation. You see, they started appearing and they're quite fast growing on the ground. So we have to remove them regularly so that this garden here will not turn into a forest after a month. I tell you, I had a time lapse here, but I failed to upload it. So probably if I have time within this week to fix it, and so I can upload that. And yeah, I need to clean this one first. Actually, I need to do some soil mixing, but my ingredients is not enough anymore. So I have to do it bit by bit. A few pots this week and another few pots next week. Kind of thing. Well, not bad. It's not a bad start. I have to check my battery difference so that I can estimate how long will I stay here. Depends on the amount, the percentage of the battery remaining in my phone. So I have to check that one now. Oh, 5%. 5%. It's a, yeah, 5%. Look at our work here. We started from here and there. So 5% remaining. We do this here. And it's more clear. 5% remaining. Okay. 5% remaining. I don't know, maybe I will try to plant two angels have been rescued from the fall after all. So until here, YouTube friends, I'd like to see you all again soon. I'll be back doing live streaming. So bye bye everyone. We'll continue this later. I still have to charge my phone. Okay, we'll be back here later and we'll finish the job here that needs to be finished today. Bye bye.